All right. So, Super Spike, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? Perfect. Okay, you can hear me. Hopefully Colin will be right back. I kind of wondered if that was an issue because of me not getting him in fast enough. Use the same link. My creeping brother. Oh,
Hello?
yes, he's back.
All right.
He's back. Better than
He's
ever.
back. He's the man behind the mask.
Oh.
And he's out of control. Okay.
All right, brother. Good to see you, my
Yeah.
friend.
Good to see you. Good to see you as always. How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? Oh no.
Just old, man. I'm just old, dude. I'm just an old man, dude.
I'm a young old man.
That's true, Super Spike. Discord is probably faster than my streaming.
Yeah. These things happen.
How's living?
Living be given. It's good. Things are good. Last night here in St. Cloud, thank God. Free of this wasteland soon.
It is real close to like a purge style environment, St. Cloud, Minnesota.
You know, like 20 years
Remember,
ago,
they had
it
a
was all
guy.
right.
They elected a guy at one point named King Banyan. That was his actual Christian name. Someone named a piece of shit libertarian King Banyan.
I should be streaming from the hot tub. In fact, I'm going to be in that hot tub later tonight before it closes at midnight. That's my plan. But oh man, that hot tub. It's nice because like no one's using it. So I've been just chilling. And then the gym, no one goes in there except to fill their water bottles up. So every so often I'll be working out and someone will come in. So I'll like, oh, I'll turn my music off because I forgot to bring my headphones and stuff. And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they're just like, no, just fill my water bottle. And it's like, okay.
You're like, this is not what this room is for.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're getting the free water, but yeah.
You assholes. Do you want to share your page of tiering?
Yes.
That's right, folks. Let's get ready to tier.
Tears of a clown. Here we go.
How many tiers are there in the ring?
We've got better than the OG, good, passable, horseshit cash grab, and at the bottom, the Fog remake. Because that's what it deserves.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. And also, I don't know if you can tell, but tonight's Spoop Troop is brought to you by Best Western Rewards and Coburns.
Oh my God, so good.
Yeah. All right. Wait, we ready to do this?
I'm fucking ready whenever you are, brother.
All right.
Let's see. Let me pull up your giant list of great finds. I was like, God damn, son.
Yeah.
Do we just start at the top?
I was thinking we just start at the top. I have Wolfman in here twice. I don't know why, but
because there's been 2 remakes.
Technical difficulties on Creepin Colin's part, but yeah, we'll go.
Hey, guess what I got? It's cheat day, mofos. It's Twizzler nibs.
Oh, dude, they have these new Twizzlers that are in the shape of tiny little bunnies. They're basically nibs, but
I like both
bunny shaped.
I like nibs and I like bunnies.
I like bunnies quite a bit.
In my yard again already this early, and now
don't murder them. I can't see you, but I'm sure that hit really hard.
Fucking shame. That hurts so bad, man. Ow.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Spike, can you look at my back and tell me where the knife that Colin put in it is? I can't quite reach it.
I hope it twisted.
It did.
Okay.
So I thought we would just work our way down.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So this is going to be in not alphabetical order like the list was, but just in order of like how everything like filled in on the thing here, because I think I got everything in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. All right. All right. So first up, we got the Wolfman, and I'm just going to put it in the middle here and we can discuss it.
Okay, that's fair.
So we got Benicio del Toro, good old Anthony, Tony Hopkins, and Hugo
Tony
Weaving.
Hopkins.
Hey, I'm Tony Hopkins. I'm walking here.
I'm
I'm
walking
acting
here.
here.
I'm acting here. Where's Warrior
You
when you
see
need him?
me acting? Um, okay, so this movie, I kind of like
I
it.
always know it's gonna be good when you're like, this movie. I would say that it's good. It's better
Oh,
than
okay.
Passable. It's a
I
good movie.
it
Um,
is.
I
It's
like
got
the special
really good.
effects
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
enjoy the actors involved. I think it should have been great, but
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately, I think it just hits good. Probably the
It
lower
doesn't
end of
equal the
good.
sum of its parts. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
for
really
sure.
weird that like it glimmers greatness throughout, but it never quite sustains it.
Yeah.
But man,
It
that cast
yeah.
is killer. And I really, really also I kind of always wonder like what happened to Hugo Weaving? He was in so much stuff for a period of time and he's a very good actor. Um,
Mhm.
but I wonder if people just were like, Hugo, you play the same role in every movie.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Kind
really
of.
yeah. But like there's a lot of good folks in this. Like I said, I like the special effects in this movie. It just
Mhm.
never really delivers on the promise.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was so hyped for this just because of everything going for it. I think we had Rob Bottin doing the makeup. We've got an incredible cast. I can't remember who the director is, but I think it's someone pretty slick if I remember right.
I keep
Here,
wanting
I'll
to think
look
it
it
was
up.
like Joe Russo.
It's a goodie.
Well, now
Oh,
I'm going to find out.
also,
Joe Johnston.
um, okay, yeah, yeah, he's good. I like his stuff. He's not a bad director at all. I really love. He did the first Captain America movie, which is
Yes.
my favorite out of the Phase One Marvel movies by far.
Um. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't. I would not have to. I would not argue with you much there.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks like the production just looks super good. Like it really captures that kind of turn of the century England very well. It's moody. Everything going for it like is good. It just doesn't come together the way all the different pieces should. And I don't know why. I no me no not why. That didn't happen, but it just
I don't know.
didn't. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good point. I don't. I think sometimes movies just don't quite connect.
Hmm.
It's the same thing when I think when we see some of these movies, and we'll be like, "Oh, damn, this was
Yeah.
like this is looks like a shit show," but then it turns out to be great.
Yeah.
On paper, it's not. You know, I will. I'll use let me in as the example. We can go ahead and put that in front of Wolfman and Good
Okay. Let me go here. Let
because
me
that is a
in.
movie that on paper should suck ass.
It should
It, it,
because
yeah, it's an American remake of a very good foreign film that
Let the Other
is
One In is
yeah,
so
Let the
good.
Right One In is
So that's
amazing,
one of yeah. Let the Right One In. That's
and
like one of my
a
top
lot.
three vampire movies.
It's got a lot of like very hard subject matter in it.
Hmm.
Um, and you think, oh, the American version, you know, they're not going to be able to do any of this,
Hmm.
and they do.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do,
It comes
and they
together.
do it, and they do it with actor. They do it with acting and actors who, by and large, aren't big names, uh,
No. No.
and they do it very, very, very true and well to not just the OG movie, but some of it from being from the book.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. It's I mean, and there's elements that are obviously dropped to make it more appealing to like an American audience, obviously, like the whole like trans subplot
Yep.
with the main character. But like even with excising that, they did a very good job with it. And yeah, they cast like even with I'd say even with the two young leads, they're like character actor gets such a, I think sometimes a bad rap as a way to like, you know, categorize someone, but like
Mhm.
these are they get into like they're so good. Chloe Grace Moretz is amazing. The other kid, Cody Smith McPhee, he's
Very
very
good.
good.
You know
And
what really hits hard in this movie though is
huh,
Richard Jenkins.
yes, he excels more. He elevates that role more than in the OG.
Yeah.
He takes that to just another level. Like you are heartbroken for that guy. While in the original, like he's there and he is like the protector and stuff like that, and you get the gist of what's going on with him, that you know he was once Cody Smith McPhee's role for our lead for the vampire, but like the way Richard Jenkins infuses so much like pathos and heartache and heartbreak into this, like by the time his fate happens, it hits a little harder.
Richard
um
Jenkins also has an amazing face.
yes,
It's very expressive.
yeah, he's always the highlight of anything he's in, from like Six
He's a
Feet
movie star.
Under to like Bone Tomahawk, like everything in between. This, he's just, whenever he's on the screen, your eye is drawn to him, and just for just subtleties that he can bring forth with just emoting. Like he
He
doesn't even have to be saying anything.
Yeah, he's very good at stealing scenes in a good way.
Yeah, best way possible. He's not like chewing scenery. He's just, he is that character in whatever character you need him to be in any moment. Fuck, even like Step Brothers, as the stepdad, he rocks. He's great in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he elevates that movie. So,
Oh, for
all
sure,
right,
for
let's
sure.
jump back to the list then.
Okay.
Because I think we
Um,
agree on that placement.
yeah, we got Evil Dead, the remake. I'm gonna put it in good.
Before or after Let Me In?
Um, hmm. That's hard for me to say, because I love as far as remakes go, I love this one. Like I really do. It's not better than the OG, but like, because nothing can touch like Sam Raimi's like youthful madcap energy. But they're like, this is like Fede Alvarez is, he's solid in my book. Like
Yeah,
I have not enjoyed anything he's done.
I would say it's good where it is.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I think it's because it is such a. It loses. It doesn't have the joy that the
yes,
OG has.
yeah,
It has its own form of madcap, but it's all the madcap is built around gory effect, which I'm cool with.
yeah.
Um, it's slightly
This one makes you
heavier.
squirm.
Yeah, I do enjoy it a lot though, and I think it's perfect where it is.
Yeah, and that the ending with the fucking raining blood, like, yes, please. That was so fucking sick.
It got the
Um,
mission statement and it completed the assignment
yeah,
as good as you can.
yeah. So I'd put that on good, but yeah.
Mhm.
So it's yeah. I think that's good, and I think it doesn't have like the weight of a Let Me In. So yeah, I think perfect between these two for sure.
It's hard to out Raimi, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. Okay. Next on the docket, Firestarter, the remake.
Right where you put it, baby.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, I know the original Firestarter is there's some weird elements like
oh, there's a ton
George
of
C.
weird
Scott
elements.
being a Native American like hitman.
Yeah. I'm sorry, George C. Scott can pull that off though.
Yeah, he did. He did. And also young Drew Barrymore, probably the best child actor.
Yeah, I'd have a hard
Yeah.
time arguing with you there. I
She's
think
just
that
incredible.
that is a batshit movie, batshit crazy movie
Mhm.
that is tailor made for the 80s. And when you
Yes.
try to update something, I mean, I just don't think it works. Stranger Things is a better Firestarter than Firestarter is.
Hey, that's a really good take. I like that a lot. Yeah. No. Nailed it right there.
Plus,
Yeah.
that movie and the vibe of that story is like dripping late 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep that aesthetic correct unless
Mhm.
you have people who are like going to immerse in it.
Yeah. And for me it really even though it's like later, what is it, like 2021, 22? I can't remember which. It feels like one of those Platinum Dunes 2009 with all like the kind of sexiness of like hot teens dropped out of it, but just that like look how glossy our production is, and that's not what Firestarter needs at all.
No, I think one of the things about that too is sometimes movies need to look cringy and grimy and a little
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
and I believe if now I'm looking it up real quick. Oh, guess who was a producer on this movie?
Michael Bay.
Oh no, even better. Jason Bloom.
Of course. Jason taking the rose off the bloom. Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly where it
Or
needs to
the
be.
bloom off the rose, I should say. Excuse me. Yeah, he's a frustrating guy because sometimes he'll like put something out like The Invisible Man, where it's just like, what the and I can't believe I didn't put that on here. What the fuck's wrong with me? But like, yeah, like where it's just like, holy shit, you fucking nailed it, man. Awesome. Like, as like, way to go producing this. And then he'll put out like the majority of uh Bloomhouse movies. And you're just like,
Jason Bloom
cool.
is a talentless Roger Corman.
That's very good. I like that. All right. I think we've said everything we can about Firestarter. Now, for the first in Better Than the OG, Cronenberg's The Fly.
I think if you can even do a passably good remake of a 50s movie, it's going to be hard for you not to be better than the 50s movie.
Yeah.
There's a charm in those 50s movies, but that you're not going to be able to keep up with what the kids were doing.
Yeah. And oh man, this like there's nothing, there's no fat on this movie. This is just
Except for melting fat.
so goddamn good. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, yeah. Like Goldblum is just unhinged and just like you are along for the ride watching this guy just completely like break down mentally and physically. Gina Davis is just like
She's great.
ethereal as like I don't know. I don't even want to call her like the final like our heroine, I guess. Yeah.
She's not a
Like
final girl.
yeah.
She is she's the primary character. I mean,
Yeah.
in my opinion, she's
Beth
the primary.
Brundle
Yeah.
is like, the focus seems to be on him, but like her seeing her lover and like just watching this person that you love and envy and think the world of in so many different ways just completely break down, and you are almost like watching someone succumb to a mental illness in a way, and there's nothing you can do about it. She nails this so hard. and it's heartbreaking and terrifying. And she's the one of the most perfect proxies for a horror audience that's ever like been, like just so good. And everything about this movie just hits so well, and it holds up beautifully still. Like the acting is A+, the effects A+, the writing A+. Like, fuck, it's yeah,
It's also a
it's incredible.
strangely interesting love story.
Yeah.
Watching
Hmm.
someone kind of both figuratively and literally consume themselves
Yeah.
with themselves.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
Brundle, I feel like was kind of a narcissist before things happen, and then
Completely.
when he starts to realize what his body's undergoing a transformation and he's gaining like all these abilities, he goes full on like,
He's into it.
yeah,
And it's and you are you as the audience, you're just like, oh, this is not good. Oh no. And all the while he's like, oh yeah, check this out, look at this. Even as like he is physically and like just completely like breaking down, like he's deforming into something new, and you're watching humanity go from him, and he is fascinated by it, he's thrilled by it, and everyone else in his orbit is horrified. This even makes the asshole like competitor guy in the movie who gets his hand dissolved, he becomes a fucking hero. Like to
yeah.
the point where you're just like, yes, Gina Davis, go get this guy's help right now. Like, yeah, it's masterful.
I don't know if at any point he said or not, but do you think there's overtones of like there being allegories of like domestic violence, I guess, in this?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'd say for sure.
I always kind of feel like I don't ever want to with Cronenberg. I never feel like I want to scrape too deep because I
Hmm.
feel like he doesn't like leave things morsels that aren't unexplored.
Hmm.
So hard to tell.
But I'd say that's a fair assessment, like, because Seth is very, as things go, he becomes more controlling and more caustic towards Gina Davis. And
Figuratively and literally.
yeah, oh God, yeah. And like, yeah, I feel like it does mirror in a lot of ways, at least like, if not physical. I don't know. I can't remember if he does get, I know he like kind of gets not like excessively hitting, but like emotional abuse is definitely there for sure.
He
For
gets
sure.
grabby too.
Yeah, he does get grabby very much. Yeah.
Great
Okay.
movie.
Great movie. Okay, I don't know where to put this.
What is it?
The
Flatliners?
Flatliners remake.
Horse chick cash grab?
Okay, fair. Do we put it before or after Firestarter?
Before.
Okay. Yeah, I am a huge fan of Schumacher's original Flatliners. That movie has so much style. It's got an incredible cast, and this has a decent cast as well.
Schumacher
Like,
is straight style over substance though. And
yeah.
that's okay.
Although, like with this one, I feel like he does tap into he's every so often he comes out with a film that does have a lot of substance to it. Like I'd say this, Tigerland. It's few and far between. You know,
He
this is also the guy who's like, I'm just making a comic book movie. Let's put nipples on Batman.
and he
But
did what's the vampire movie he did? All of a sudden I can't think.
oh, Lost Boys.
Lost Boys. To me, this and Lost Boys are very much in similar spaces where they're a ton of style over substance, but they're
Hmm.
really fun.
Yeah,
And he is great in those two movies. I don't know about anything after that.
Tigerland. This Vietnam movie he did with Colin Farrell. It's
I haven't seen that.
so good.
But
It's
I
so
think
good.
he does a really good job of in those two movies we're talking about, it's two horror movies,
Hmm.
of getting the absolute most mileage out of his stars.
Yes, yeah,
He
and
squeezes them to get great performances.
that the original cast: Kiefer Sutherland, Julia
It's a
Roberts,
wild cast.
Baldwin, Billy Baldwin, and Oliver Platt. Like he's like, oh yeah, he like gets the best out of all of them. Like,
It's strange when you think about it.
yeah.
1 second.
Mhm.
Sorry. It's strange when you think about it. That cast on paper sounds like it's going to be a fun movie,
It's
and
moody.
it's super moody. And then you look at um, Lost Boys, and you're like, oh, this is this moody vampire movie, and it's just fucking
It's
fun.
fun. It's fun as fuck.
It's a
Yeah.
weird tossing expectations on their head a little bit. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, they're both really good movies.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, this was just like,
I think
and
they're
I
the
don't even.
best two movies.
Oh yeah, I'd say that by far. Um, well, and I'd say Lost Boys is a stone cold classic of the genre. Easy. I think Flatliners. What?
What? You can't run around saying Stone Cold Classic and not get a.
Oh, can I get a what? My bad. Sorry, Steve Austin.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are out there,
Where in the
driving
world is
around,
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
with your cat and clearing brush, whatever it is you
Who
do.
knew that Steve Austin was the most wholesome motherfucker out of all those guys?
Yeah. From being kind of a problematic dude, to like really, cleaning himself up and I got my cat, best
What?
cat in the world. What?
What?
Why don't you get you
Meow,
some
what?
cat?
Meow,
What?
what?
Fucking, I'm gonna kill some racists. Yeah, what? Come on, cat. Get in my hillbilly hillbilly golf cart. We're gonna go clear brush. All right. Next, and this might be controversial, but we got we got the Friday the 13th remake. And
Smart Jason.
that's where I'm putting it. Let me know what your thoughts are.
I
Smart
love it.
Jason, and
Bows and arrows and shit.
also a better Friday the 13th than the original Friday the 13th with Miss Voorhees.
I would say, if we're talking about better than the OG, I would say you can even move it up there. Here's why.
Oh,
I don't.
really?
Here's my thing.
You know what? Yeah, I guess it is. It is. I
You're
think it
talking
is better
about
than the OG.
the first Friday the 13th movie. I don't think that bar's that high.
No, it's not. Let's be
And I think
honest.
this
That series does not get good until part
10.
2. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh my god. Oh my god. You and James. Shots fired.
Hey man,
Like,
I'll tell you what. That movie
one of my favorite
makes me
horror series of all
smile
times
all the
is
time.
like, oh my god. Oh, you know what? You guys have made me start to actually enjoy 10 though, in a way I never
Hell
thought
yeah,
I'd ever
Super
be able
Spike.
to.
Hell yeah.
What did he say? What did Spike
that
say?
series doesn't get good until X.
Jesus Christ. Spike, what are you doing to me,
I'm
man?
gonna give it to you. You get it on your own. But Jason,
Why didn't they put that song in there? God
I wonder if
damn.
that song had been out yet.
It might not have been. But you know what? They should have gone back and put it in retroactively.
I mean, they were already in space. Fuck it, just go the full 9.
Mm-hmm. It is the best of the horror movies. Like, we're taking the people into space, But although that's a low bar,
That is also a
you
very
got what?
low bar.
Leprechaun, Critters, Hellraiser. Oh god.
man.
But yeah, no. Okay.
No, I do
but
think
yeah,
it's
I think
better
this
than
is so much better. Yeah. And even though you can say, oh, it's just kind of a very loose remake of the first 3 films put into one, condensed into one, it works for me. I love Derek Mears as Jason. He's one of my he's probably my favorite Jason. I know that's going to be like a controversial thing for some
I don't
people, as
disagree.
everyone
I think Mears does.
loves Kane hotter.
I think Mears does a lot. I think he does a lot of the same stuff Hodder does. I think the biggest difference is Hodder lets things breathe. Like
Mhm.
there's a deliberate kind of
Yeah, he's the slow
range,
moving Hulk, Jason.
but he's just like
And
always seething. And then he lets us
yes,
like breathe because of that. I don't know if Mears
mhm.
always gives a chance to do that.
No, yeah, Kane Hodder's Jason. When I think of that, is just broad shouldered, barrel chested Jason. That's like just breathing, breathing, breathing.
He's always breathing
This
hard,
guy
Vince.
is fucking run. This dude is just he's on the hunt and like cannot be stopped, and it rocks. It rocks my socks. So yeah.
To me,
Uh,
it's a difference between Predator 1 Predator and Prey Predator.
ooh, ooh. You like that Prey Predator?
The Prey Predator always feels like if you try to run, you're fucked. As
Yeah.
opposed to the Predator and Predator 1, you're like, you can outrun that guy.
You just gotta get in some mud.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
no.
a big dude. He looks like you run about 60 yards and he's like, hold on. hang on a second.
Yeah. Although I'm not knocking Prey. Prey is, I think it's up there with the
I think
Predator.
Prey's great. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That
For sure.
Predator is so lithe and moves so fluidly.
Hmm. And he's
And I think
killing bears.
part of the difference I think is it's a basketball player.
Oh yeah.
Who's wearing a suit that's not quite as thick.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I don't disagree with this either.
Okay.
Super Spike. I do think that Swole Jason sometimes looks like world's strongest murderer.
He's a beefy boy.
He's a beef boy.
He's got all that beef. That Jason's
He's a big meaty man slapping meat. Just the meat he's slapping is generally victims.
he's trending hard, and Anavar gives up. He's juiced, is what I'm saying. All right.
This is Zomboy.
Yeah, Robert
Roberto
Undead.
Roberto Undead. That's fair. I'm okay with that.
Like,
I want someone to take clips of Jason and then just play that music over the top of it. Somebody call my mama.
ooh, yeah. So, Roberto Undead's Sam Wayne or Samhain, the movie. Oh God. There's things I do like about this a lot. And then there's things I absolutely fucking hate. Like I don't think we needed to see Michael Myers coming from a weird white trash, like Firefly clan. Like,
Well, you don't like Rob Zombie's fetishization of white trash?
dude's got to let that go. It's like we get it. You love white trash, Robert, we get it. Now let's sit down and talk.
I guess he sits in a corner in his giant mansion in a closet every day and masturbates over a picture of Kid Rock carrying a case of Budweiser.
But not because he's excited and agrees with Kid Rock's views, but more because he's like, look at that hair.
Yeah, white trash. He's like, look at this. This is literally white trash Jesus. So
look at that stringy hair. Oh, is he dating what's her face now? Oh wow. Amazing. But yeah, and I'll say though, the sequel to this I did enjoy a lot. But we're not talking the sequel to it. We're talking this. But there's some fun things. I love the twist on Loomis being just like kind of a shitty, soulless, like, hey, yeah, I'm writing books about this. that's kind of working, and having Malcolm McDowell as him, I like.
I think Tyler Mane
Um,
is very good as Michael Myers.
he's a good Michael Myers.
He's better
He's
in
a
the
good
second
Michael
one.
Myers. Better in the second one, but Scout Taylor Compton is she's no Jamie Lee Curtis, and also the way they wrote her, she
Um,
feels like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I think this movie got too
But
much
then you got
love.
Brad Dourif as the
Yeah,
sheriff.
I think it got too much love when it came out. I think it's too much hate now. It's past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Roberto Undead and most of his filmography.
Although there's things to like, though, I feel like.
No, that's like I said, passable.
Yeah. Like, and just speaking on Roberto, like, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses is kind of like, huh? Then he does the Devil's Rejects, which has like the opening sequence to, or the not the opening sequence, but when he plays Midnight Rambler, and it's all set to all those like still shots. That's fucking genius.
He's a
Also
guy who had one great movie in him, and he made it.
yeah,
It's
and
good.
then Lords of Salem,
Lord of Salem is very good.
love it. But then again, that's against type completely of everything else he's done.
And that's what he should have done. Is he should have started just doing other things, and not he put himself in a position where all he makes is movies in the same genre repetitively.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Not even
I
the same.
mean,
Like I don't mean the horror genre. I mean he just makes hillbilly white trash movies where
he
he
did make the
fetishizes.
Munsters.
I've heard that's a fucking sin against man. I won't
Yeah,
watch. I do not sink that low.
I'm not gonna watch it, but
I watched
I've seen
Black
many
Devil
people.
Doll. I watched Black Devil Doll from hell with like 20 people in my basement. James is still not forgiving me for that. I'll go to my grave knowing I hurt those people. I'm not watching the monsters. I'm not a monster, Colin.
You're not a monster for Munsters?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-mm.
Fair enough. Here we go next. House of Wax with Perez Hilton. No, not that douchebag, but Paris Hilton.
I think this is at the very tailor end of passable.
Oh, for real? Okay. You know what? I'll go with that. There's some good stuff in here. It's not totally shitty, but it's no patch on the original for sure.
No. I'll give it a passable.
Passable. It's getting a D plus. You know,
I would say it's
D's and C's.
Yeah. That's a fair grade. D plus.
Yeah.
C minus.
And
C minus.
I don't know. I feel like
minus.
Yeah, the majority of it was like, hey, we got Paris Hilton in a movie.
That's the problem. And she is not bad in it.
She's not bad at all. She's not. No, you want to go into it like hating it
been in
because
more
of who
of it.
she was at the
Yeah.
time. But
There's
no,
definitely a way
she's not bad in it.
to prop your movie up, but she was actually
Mhm.
good in it. So
Yeah, and we've got I think a young Jared Padalecki, if I'm not mistaken, in it, and I enjoy that dude quite a bit.
to me, this is
Quite
the
a bit.
this is the Scream effect. We're gonna give you a starlet, and we're gonna put her in this horror movie. And
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
she's gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
killed
yeah.
in the first like 15, 20 minutes. Enjoy.
hmm Although Scream, you know, that went out running after that and became Scream, and this became House of Wax.
Was this a Platinum Dudes movie?
Let me look that up. I
look
would
it
not
up.
be surprised if it was. Okay, you do your thing. Research. What?
Do. Ooh, Alicia Cuthbert is in it.
Yeah,
Jared
I
Padalecki.
enjoy her.
Mm-hmm.
She's all right. She's serviceable. I mean, I don't know. She's one of those like, oh, her kind of actresses from around that time, but she never was in anything like outright, or she was never outright terrible, I'd say.
Village Roadshow, Dark Castle, and Dark Castle put out
Oh,
some stuff during that time period.
yeah, I remember Dark Castle. Okay. All right. Let's move on to
What happened
the
to Alicia
next.
Cuthbert?
I don't know.
Oh my
I do
God,
not
she looks
know.
way different.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go with the Fright Night remake. I like this movie a lot.
I think you got it in the right place.
Okay. Yeah.
Colin Farrell. The thing about the Fright Night remake is you're not going to touch the OG. That movie literally bleeds
No.
80s. And
That's
it's so good. And I think this does a good job.
Bleeds 80s in the best way possible.
Yeah, and it sticks it in suburbia in a modern setting, which is really good. I think it's good. It's a B movie for me. I'd watch it. It's not a movie where
if you want to take.
I watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I fucks with that movie.
You know, there's a few, like, I don't know if David Tennant's the way they did his what is it, Peter what's the character? His Peter Vincent as like a Chris Angel type doesn't work for me. Colin Farrell as a charmless Jerry Dandridge does work for me. He's no Chris Sarandon, obviously, but like he is lethal in a very kind of, oh, this guy's a fucking menace kind of way to watch, where you're not like, oh, he's fun, like with Chris Sarandon, even though the menace is there.
Is like, girl, I'll get them panties off of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. When he's like seducing,
I will burn your fucking house down.
Yeah, yeah, he is
literally burn your house down.
It's like the way he described the role himself, how he wanted to play it. He's like, I want to approach this as like I'm the shark from Jaws, and he is like you are scared for that guy, or of that guy, I should say. Oh God, I'm blanking on our lead's name.
Anton. He was Mr. Or he was.
Yeah.
He died.
I
can't think of his name.
He was like amazing in Green Room. That's a fucking great movie.
Anton Yelchin.
A great lead for a modern take on this. Yeah, and it's good. It's really good.
He has a very good. Compared to the character in the OG, he has a very Peter Parker feel to him.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Really good way to put it. He's
Brewster.
He's not. Yeah,
Brewster in the OG is kind of a
grosso.
Yeah, he's kind of unlikable in some ways.
But
you root for him because it's like he's an unlikable guy who isn't so much like purposefully unlikable.
Yeah,
he just seems like a guy who doesn't quite
super immature.
Yeah. Yelchin feels like Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to be this dude's
geez, Aunt May.
While in the OG, you want to be a friend of Evil Ed because that dude's fucking awesome.
But also, then Evil Ed's a guy who burned down a grocery store. Yeah, he is a guy who would burn down a grocery store
for sure. All right, but I think we've said pretty much all the praise we can for that. I don't know where to put this, so I'm just going to put it in passable at the moment. Toby Hooper's Invaders from Mars. Okay, passable.
I haven't seen this movie in probably 20 years. It's good. I think, like I said before, no. After Halloween, but not at the top.
Okay.
I've said this before.
There's some
Hooper
really
is overrated.
yeah, he's super hit and miss. He's super hit and miss because like
And
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
one of his
classic.
biggest hits is a movie that no one likes except for me. Fucking Life Force.
What's that? I
Life
fucking love. Yes, I was just gonna say that. Life Force is great. It's awesome. It's so fucking good. It's just just a weird space vampire movie that
You've got
with like
the main
zombies,
villain. She's naked almost the whole movie, which is crazy. You
kind
got
of off-putting in a weird
you
way.
got
Yeah.
Captain Picard kissing dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Steve Railsback being a black hole of personality.
As he is.
Mm-hmm. It's a great movie. I love
It
it.
is. And I
It's
think,
beautiful.
yeah, I love the special effects and the prosthetics and the creature effects in this. Like they are so fun.
I think part of it for me too is I didn't like the original version of this movie,
Yeah.
so it's like I have no connection to it.
Okay.
It's like when you look at the Fog remake thing at the bottom. I love the Fog, so I have a very visceral feeling about the Fog. So like even if you did a half-ass decent job, I'd have been like, oh, this is great. But when you do so badly about a movie I care about, you're shit. You know, and when you do okay at a movie I don't care about, you're passable.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, here we
And when your
go.
Twizzler bites, you go on my belly.
We've got, I believe this is 73. Is this
What is it? I can't
Body
read it.
Snatchers?
Oh, 1973, just Body Snatchers?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's right after The Fly, if not in front.
Yeah, you're right.
That's your boy, your doppelganger, Donald Sutherland. You got to move
I don't
this
see it, but I'll take it.
past Jason.
Oh God, did it not get okay? Here, Jason, you go there. Jason, you're going to the back of the class. This is, oh man, it creates such a mood. The end is iconic. And Sutherland is just a fucking stud in this movie.
The OG is real good. Like it
is
crazy good. This is better.
This is better.
And that's high praise because that OG movie is really good. This is peak paranoia, 70s paranoia.
Yeah.
And then the thing happened in the 80s, and we were like, uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh God. Man is the safest place to hide. Okay. What are you saying here? But yeah, it's better on every level, I'd say, than the original, and it's a classic in its own right.
Fucking good.
Yeah,
I would watch both because they kind of lead into each other. There's actually, I think at the beginning of the movie where they do have the guy who's at the end of the first movie. I thought they did.
Oh yeah,
he's running around saying the same shit he says at the end of the first movie.
God, what is he? What is
They're
that?
already here. They're among us.
Among us. Yeah. Which, what a great way to like address the audience, like just stared right down the barrel of the camera, screaming. And
to me, starting your movie that way and then going to like the subversion of everything is kind of what Edgar Wright did in Shaun of the Dead. There's all this stuff going on, and just in the periphery at the beginning of the movie, all these little things happening, and then you start to realize, oh, everything's going to shit right in front of our eyes. Our protagonist just isn't smart enough to see it. Uh-oh, Colin gone. Colin gone. Oh no. Well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Can see all my stress marks on my forehead tonight. Oh, I've been so stressed. How are you, Spike? How are people doing? I don't know if there's anybody else here besides Spike and I. We can start to see that I need to shave down the mohawk a little bit. So yeah. Hopefully Colin comes back. Otherwise, we'll call it early and my big ass will go to bed. Because I'm tired, man. I don't know what it is. Sick on Monday. I'll sick second half of Saturday, all day Sunday, sick Monday. I just never really got over it. So I'm just tired out. I'm tuckered. I'm so tired. I got a bad cough. But yeah, I'm not sure where our boy went. Hope he's okay. I will message him. Oh no, he's typing. You froze and dropped off the call. So yeah. Oh, I got a more of a crystal clear picture all of a sudden. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else cool that's going on right now. I think the answer is probably no. So I need you to tell me about Rivals because two of my coworkers play Rivals and they're like trying to convince me to play Rivals. Um, so I think we all got to get together and play some Rivals. Um, hopefully that'll happen. Oh, there he's back. He's back, baby.
You country and sweet internet. All right, let's get back to it. Wait, hold on. Do I need to share? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
do. I understand. Let's proceed. That's what. Okay, here we go. Share. Boom, bam, boop. Okay. Lights Out. It's a remake of a short film. It's better than the short film. So I guess it's G. I'm gonna put it here because
I'm trying to remember what Lights
I
Out
don't
was.
know. It's a good movie until that dumbass ending.
Is that with the one where the dude
Um,
impregnates a girl with a
it's
turkey baster?
no, no, no. That's Don't Breathe.
Hmm.
No, this is the one where it's uh, I think like Maria Bello had like a best friend that like died or whatever, and then like there's that sequence where you're like turn the lights off and then turn them on again. You're seeing someone like come closer and closer, and then to save the day at the end, the mom commits suicide.
I don't know this one, so it's all on you. This one's on you, baby.
We talked about it. We talked about it, and we were both like, "Oh, this was good." Until because it's really about like depression and stuff like that, and then
It's
to save the day, our leading lady is like, "Oh, I'll just commit suicide," and it's just like,
TBI.
"Oh, yeah."
Yeah, my
So
TBI
yeah,
brain is not remembering any of this. Sorry.
all right, it happens. It happens.
But if you put it up
All
there,
right, then
I'm
we'll
down with you.
okay. Maniac remake with little
Oh,
baby
Elijah
Elijah
Wood.
Wood.
That's right, we're below.
Elijah Woody. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a better than the original.
Oh, you're
Elijah
saying that
Wood.
Elijah Wood might be a better actor than Joe Spinelli?
Yeah. 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 And it doesn't feel as exploitative. It's almost a little more of a psychological fucked up kind of thriller-y kind of thing
It's just
in a
gross.
way. Just gross enough, doesn't like have exploding heads all over the place. And then you got Elijah Wood just going against type, but doing it really well. And it's good. I really like it. I feel like it's underappreciated.
Elijah Wood is exceptional at doing that, and I think so is Daniel Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
When they choose to take weird roles like that, they just kill it.
And I love that that they're willing to do that. Like what's the other really awesome horror movie that Elijah is it Daddy's Home?
Daddy's Home
Where
is fucking intense.
it's good. That's so good. And he
It's
is
either
so
Daddy's
good.
Home or Daddy's Here, some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'll
Where
look it up because I gotta know.
that movie's great. That totally is.
It's intense. That is an intense movie in the best way possible.
Mhm.
It just like that movie grabs you and does not really, it does not let you go.
Yeah, and oh man, it's like so it's like a fever dream of like worst case scenario everything happening to you.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It's something else. It's really,
yeah.
yeah. Ooh. That's a movie that comes for your lunch money and ain't leaving until it gets it.
Mm-mm. No, no. Yeah, when they introduce the pen that's been dipped in a bag of shit,
Oh, yeah.
it's
It's
just like
so
this movie's playing with a whole different set of rules.
Come to
Yeah,
Daddy.
come to daddy. Okay. Oh,
Is
aphids.
that Stephen McHattie? Is that the
He's the guy in the beginning. Yeah, that he thinks is his father. And
And see, I've said this before, but I would watch Stephen McHattie read the phone book.
Pontypool,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, that dude is an unsung hero who needs to be.
Praise the Lord, Stephen McHattie is among us.
Yeah, for sure. Night Watch. I'm gonna put this up here. It's a remake of a Danish film that had Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who played Jamie Lannister in it. It's not bad. This has a fucking stellar cast though. We got Nick Nolte, Patricia Arquette, Ewan
Okay, I
McGregor
know
is
what
our
you're talking
lead.
about now. Yeah, it's again. I think some of these are low bar, better than the OG, but it's fine too.
I really like this movie though. Like this was a frequent rental for me as a kid.
Fair.
It's got a really fun, like kind of like insomnia kind of like mood to it, where you get into the character's skin, where he takes on this job as a night watchman at a morgue. There's all these bodies coming in from a serial killer going around, and his mental state starts to deteriorate. You don't know who to trust. It's a fun. It doesn't sound fun, but it is a fun movie. I really like it quite a bit. I like it very much. All right. Something very recent. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. This
I
might be a
haven't seen it.
controversial place. I'm putting it
Have
there.
not seen it.
It's fucking awesome.
That's what I've heard.
It's so goddamn good. It's so goddamn good. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
I haven't heard anybody speak negatively of it.
They shouldn't.
They shan't.
If you speak negatively about this movie, you're going to be finding a man here with a set of skills who will find you.
Immediately, Super Spike's like, I did it. What of it?
Spike, don't say these things. Don't say these things.
All these things, say these on the day of my hottest wedding.
Don't break my heart, Spike. You're breaking my heart. Why are you,
This
Anakin? You're breaking my heart.
Of my daughter's wedding.
You come and say these things to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. And may your first Nosferatu be a masculine Nosferatu.
I was like, are you doing Italian Dusty Rhodes?
Hey! Oh man, they had a Dusty Rhodes figure at Target today, and I almost bought it. I was just like,
that's right, baby. Even you two can own the dream.
You can own a little baby dream. The bull of the woods, if you will.
Your cash feeding my family.
All right, now I don't know where to put this one.
Top of good,
because there's parts of it I think are better than the original. I love what they do with Barbara. In this, great. Yeah, but
they're us.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead is a classic for a reason.
I think if Savini would have got to do what he wanted to do, this would, and I think Romero would have been like, yeah, it's better than my movie. But the reality is, again, a studio comes in and just fucks it up, and then the MPA starts to just do their foul business.
Yeah,
it's a fucking shame.
It is, because I'm so excited to see. I believe they announced there's like an uncut with restored footage that's going to be hitting like DVD or Blu-ray this year.
I think it'll be interesting.
I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I would love to see what Savini's like true vision for it was, because I know he's expressed a lot of regret for how this turned out.
I don't think he directed again after this.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
He was like, the system was so bad.
And that's a goddamn shame, because that man is a national treasure as far as I'm concerned. That a studio just ground him down to the point where he's like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna go back to doing what I love and not try to like grow more in this other lane. Which I, you know, I think the evidence is there that he could have been a legend of a director, if given the license to be, you know.
I I don't know if a legend, but I think he could have been a damn good director. I think he had the tools to do that. I
Could have been a legend.
We don't know.
we don't know these things. Who knows? All right. Prom Night remake.
Yeah.
You can't. Again, a Jamie Lee Curtis joint. You can't. Yeah. It's not fun. It's dumb. It's one. I think
very
that's
close to Fog remake. Those two last movies are very close to Fog remake territory.
Is this in Fog remake territory?
I kind of think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because it was just a piece of shit. So yeah, you go into the Fog.
I give the Firestarter remake the credit of it felt like they tried really hard.
Yeah.
That movie is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, no, that's like, we're not gonna try to even tap into what was cool about the original Prom Night, what made that a fun kind of like, let's rent this and have some friends over, we're gonna watch a good. It was just like, yeah, nothing about it's fun. Okay, this is a weird one, but we got Gus Van Sant's Psycho. I'm going to put it here in passable until we discuss it, because I don't know.
I think that's exactly where it should go.
Behind here, where do you think on passable?
Right there.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do not think this is anything better than that. A shot-for-shot remake from an inferior director with people who I don't think all got what they were doing, because the direction is like, it was like a fax of a fax of a fax of a
yeah fax. The best part about it is William H. Macy. And this stage Vince Vaughn is a fun actor, but he's no fucking Anthony Perkins, and he's terribly miscast in this. Anne Heche did not bring anything to it. Julianne Moore is kind of just there.
Yeah,
which is weird to say about her.
Well, that's the thing with Julianne Moore. I kind of feel like that's the most of her movies. I'm not a fan. I think a lot of times,
really,
she's just kind of there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, she's not bad. If I had to choose between her and Scully, I would take Scully.
Oh well, if we're talking about, okay, well, you can't Dana Scully. Come on. Okay, all right. Let's move on from that. Quarantine, the remake of Wreck. Because I don't feel like it's a cash, or what?
I would probably put that at the front of passable.
Front of pass? Yeah, because I don't feel like they were trying to make a cash grab out of it. I mean, I feel like Wreck is too obscure to.
So I also think one thing I would say about some of these films that are remakes of short films and foreign films, I think it's a lot harder for us to determine if it's a cash grab, because a lot of times when they're a remake of a foreign film, I feel like the biggest hit against them is they're Americanized.
Yes, and this was definitely a victim of that for sure. Yeah,
that's why I really like Let Me In, because I feel like they did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, they let the artsy fartsiness come along for the ride. While Quarantine was just like, how can we make this like Cloverfield?
Again, to me, some of those like that, they end up feeling like there were too many chefs in the kitchen, and most of those chefs don't know how to cook. So it's a lot of production, a lot of producers, and a lot of people at studios who don't do anything creative. They just tell you how they think you should be creative.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We've got the first of the Black Christmas remakes. Um,
Yeah,
put it there.
I think we both agreed we liked the
Uh,
second remake much better.
yeah. Which I guess that's a controversial take, in from what I gather on the internet. But
So
this
it's the
one
fucking
fucking
internet.
sucked.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the fucking internet.
for sure, for sure. Okay, next one. The Stepfather remake. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, fuck that
I
movie.
fucking hate it. Um, it's such a like. I don't even know if it's PG-13, but it feels like it's a PG-13
That movie
fucking
feels like
dumb.
a Lifetime movie
Yeah.
compared to,
While
especially
the
compared to the
original,
OG,
oh,
where Terry Quinn's like, "Hey, don't sleep tonight."
yeah,
Who,
yeah. Hey, you want to be
who,
really suspicious of your parents? Watch-
who am I
Come
here?
watch this.
Who am I here?
Mm. Yeah, no. For me, the original Stepfather is a fucking classic. And
I
this
agree.
was a not just a
That's a
slap in the
slick
face.
'80s movie with a '70s feel.
Yeah. And this felt like not just a slap in the face of that movie, but they also spit in the face and then push it down the stairs.
And not in a
Yeah.
way that they liked.
And yeah, they weren't enjoying it. It
Yeah,
wasn't like
we
a
don't,
jackass
we
good
don't,
time.
we don't kink shame.
Yeah, it was no one was enjoying it except for whoever fucking produced this piece of shit. All right. Suspiria remake.
Oh God, yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
I think it's better.
Yeah,
I think it's so
I
much
love
better
the
than the
original, but much like everything we have up there right now, that I've seen and I remember well, that movie, Suspiria remake, takes what made the original great and just without breaking the movie.
they oh god. Luca Guadagnino, I think is his name. Wow. Pulled off what I thought would be impossible. And God, everything up like oh it's like it's just a beautiful movie, which is weird, but it's for me it's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful brutal film. um
I like how the
Everything.
dancing is far more important.
Oh god, yes.
It's not just a
It-
setting; it's actually like integral to the movie.
it's the spell making.
Uh,
It's so good. Madam Web is stellar in this. I
I
forgot
kind of
Dakota
wonder.
Johnson.
Yeah, I forgot. I wonder if Dakota Johnson just sits around and goes, "Why do I keep taking these movies?
She's like, I made Suspiria.
Yeah, I've done good things. Like, why do I keep
Why
taking these movies?
why am I Madam Web? Why did I do that?
Now, why did I do this to myself?"
I was in a movie with Tilda Swinton where she played two different dual roles. What
Well,
am I doing? Yeah, yeah.
because I don't think she's a bad actress at all.
No, she's not.
Man, she's made some terrible movies.
She's made a lot of dog shit
She's made a
movies.
lot of Leto movies. Hey, Jared.
Fair.
Jared, between me and you, just this one time. Just
Hey,
Jared, come here. Come here. Come here.
he's got a cult he needs to finance. Okay,
Let's
come
talk
on.
here for a second. Hey, Jared, if you fuck up this Motu movie, I swear to God, Jared,
If he fucks up the Tron movie.
I don't fucking care about the Tron movie. Bitch, do not ruin this.
Although, you know what? That said, he was fantastic in Blade Runner 2049.
He's like Dakota Johnson. On the right roles,
Mm-hmm.
he can be very, 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 very good. He's a weirdo.
He's a huge weirdo.
But who believes his own fucking shit. But I mean,
Yeah, he farts into wine glasses. And, yeah.
Oh, by the way, what the fuck happened with Brett Hind? Did the rest of the Mastodon crew just go, "Hey, Brett, we're kind of
It
tired of
sounded
you.
like
You're
it was
weird."
an amicable split.
He's so weird.
I don't know, man. That
Maybe he'll do
was.
Morphine Without a Face. I don't know.
I would not mind that. I would
love
love that. But yeah, man, that's.
I saw that earlier. Now I meant to ask you if you knew anything about it.
Yeah, no, they just Mastodon and him put out a joint statement. You know, just like we love Brett, like thank him for his time, but you know he wants to like move on to other things. Like so, yeah, I don't know, and it's weird because I feel like being in Mastodon would be a very creatively fulfilling gig, but
Part of me too is like, man, Brett, they stayed with you through your fucking serious alcoholism, your
Mhm.
TBI, your all your bullshit. Now you're like, well, I think I'm gonna go do something else.
Yeah, I hope whatever he does is awesome. I hope he still gets to showcase his amazing talent. I hope that Mastodon, this is going to be hard because the way they gel together is they are one organism. I hope they can find someone to fill in that gap because there's going to be a major gap there for one of my favorite bands of all time. It's yeah, sucks. It sucks. All right. The one of two good Platinum Dunes movies, the Texas Chainsaw
Yeah,
Massacre remake.
I think it's good right
Where
now,
we put
right there.
right there behind Wolfman.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I'll put it. Yeah, all right. You don't think better than the OG?
better than the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Not a fucking chance.
Am I? Yeah. Am I wrong in
No,
thinking that it could be?
no, yeah, you are very wrong. Toby Hooper is overrated, but he did two great movies.
Yeah.
One of them is better than this remake.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's say that it is still a good movie.
Yeah, no, that's why it's on the good list. It's a good movie.
Okay.
I do
Yeah.
not.
I don't
I
know what I'm
think
saying.
it,
Okay.
it in the Friday the 13th movie play in similar spaces, but I think the Friday the
Hmm.
13th movie is I don't think it's better than. Here's the weird thing about the way we set things up. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think that Friday the 13th movie is better than this Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, but that Friday the 13th movie is way better than the OG Friday the 13th. I think
Yeah.
that's what people
No.
have to remember. It's not comparing tiers to each other. It's comparing, are they better than the original movie? And that Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre movie is good, but not better than the original.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm
It
sorry.
does.
I got real
It
tense there for a second.
No, it's good. It does rely a little too much on gore, where I think the genius of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is so much of it is left to your imagination.
And I think we've talked about this before. That's the Platinum Dunes era of horror. Unfortunately, it was, for the most part, it was a lot of like, we're going to take everything that you did well in these movies that made
Mhm.
them good movies or made them interesting movies, and we're just going to do more, MOAR. And it
Yeah.
doesn't always work. There are rare cases where it works. And I think that that original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a, possibly a top 10 all-time horror movie.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
you're just not going to beat that. I mean, but still a good movie.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think if we are tiering Platinum Dunes era movies, then that movie is going to be maybe at the top spot right now.
Yeah.
Not for long, but it's there.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Um. Next on the docket,
Oh yeah,
Fog remake.
fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie. Like,
Just
um,
that's all I'm gonna say
how
about it.
can you? Yeah. I walked out of this. I was that upset.
I watched it at home and walked out of it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Um, this is a weird one. The Haunting remake with Liam Neeson.
I put that at the end of Passable.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like this was a good intention misfire.
That this movie is straddling into horseshit cash grab,
Yeah,
but it doesn't quite get there.
yeah,
The actors involved pull it just away from that.
yeah. Lily Taylor is very fun in this. Catherine Zeta-Jones is just kind of there. Owen Wilson's fun. Liam Neeson's doing a little heavy lifting, but yeah, the rest of the movie is
Too
just
much,
kind
too
of
many special effects in a remake of
yes,
a movie that was great with doing
yes.
so much with so little.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Like I remember so much of this being like, we built this giant set and this shit does this and this, and it's just like that's not
just
what the
watch the
haunting
scene
was.
with the two of them in the room where the door bends. And the
Hmm.
original, it's so fucking spooky.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. Next one.
You know where it goes. Don't let me down. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Hills Have Eyes. Fox
Another,
Searchlight.
yeah, another very good OG movie, but overrated. The story's
Hmm.
great.
Yes.
What Craven was able to do with how little he had, great. But
Hmm.
this movie fucks, and it just is like, sorry, Wes, you can't hang.
This movie is a fucking true white knuckle ride.
Mhm.
Like once it kicks into gear, it does not let up. Um, the fucking soundtrack of that, like, just it's an assault on the senses all throughout in the best way possible for a horror hound. Um, God damn, it's just so fucking good.
It's
It's
great.
so good, 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 good.
If you are
Uh,
someone who likes Resident Evil games, like probably 4 on,
mhm,
you would this is that.
mhm.
Uh,
That's really good.
yeah, it kind of is that like lone protagonist going somewhere where they should not go to
Mhm.
try to pull people out that probably aren't still there,
Yeah.
and running into an entire society of people who,
And like being a foreigner in your own backyard kind of a deal is so
and
that's
I use people not in a pejorative way against the mutated characters. I mean that they don't look at him as a person either. He
no,
is
he's like meat.
he's food at best.
Yeah.
And it's that weird, like you were saying, being a stranger in your own backyard for both parties. Um,
Yeah.
it's a weird juxtaposition with that. I think it's a good movie. I think it's a
Hmm.
fucking really good movie.
Really good. Really good.
It's
I
legitimately like not doesn't fall into just jump scare, but it's an intense movie.
oh yeah,
It's gonna
no.
spook
It's
you that way.
it's super unnerving. It's like oh god. I went into this in the theater just being like, okay, this is gonna be fun, you know. Like I really like The Hills Have Eyes. This will be fun. And then like once the family starts getting attacked, it's just like fuck. This movie is playing by a whole different set of rules. And it was oh god,
I think
just
that's
loved
another
it.
thing that sets it apart too is Craven's original. I think a lot of those early Craven movies, those first couple, are very like bordering on transgressive horror,
Mhm.
and I think this does a super slick transgressive horror. So it's like, it's hard to be transgressive. Look at how pretty this looks.
Mhm.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's still transgressive as fuck, but it just looks real good.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
It kind of
Yeah.
fools you with that.
Mhm.
Also, it's in the middle of a desert, most of it during daylight.
Yeah.
It's got the
Horror in
Texas,
sunlight is hard to do, and it nails it.
it's got that Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing going on where it's
Mhm.
bleached out. It
Yeah.
looks hot. Like I don't know how a movie does that really.
You
It
feel
looks
sweaty.
hot.
Yeah.
Um,
You feel as the character is getting, as our main lead is getting sweatier and grimier, you feel it. You feel as exhausted as he does as he goes through this journey through hell, in this journey through sunlit hell. Like it's,
if you like Outlast Trials, the game, then
yes.
this is where you should be looking at for a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
Good flick.
Good flick. Good flick. All right. Not a good flick, but sometimes fun.
Which is it?
House on Haunted Hill
Yes,
remake.
Jeffrey Rush doing his best fucking Vincent Price.
I'm putting in passable. Do we think it's better?
No, it's not better. Vincent Price is killer. But I
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
definitely move it up to before Roberto Undead's movie.
Okay, I'll go with that. I'll
So
fucks with that.
what I would say is, if you haven't seen the original House on Haunted
I
Hill,
mean, it's got Chris Kattan.
ah, go see that. It is the campiest
Yeah.
Vincent Price
Oh,
act. Isn't that that's a Dark Castle movie, if I remember right, because those were all like Castle
I think
remakes.
so.
Um,
Yeah.
and this movie does the
Yeah,
assignment.
William Castle.
Yeah, William Castle remake. It does the assignment. It's like, oh, you want an updated William Castle movie? Here you go. And it does it very well.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's got a really good cast. It really does. But it doesn't hit the fun of the first one. And the first one has the OG has some legitimately good scares to this day still.
Also, there's
Really
just a fucking hateful relationship between Vincent Price
Oh,
and his wife, where
that's
they're
perfect.
just like, you realize they've been trying to kill each other for a while. And it's so fun because they're just both catty bitches about it. I have a
Vincent
soft
Price
spot
is
in my
so catty in this.
I have such a soft spot in my heart for that OG movie. And when this came out, I was like, but when I watched it, I was like, you know what? This is a fun movie.
It is.
They would make a good double feature because they're different enough. And Jeffrey Rush is just, man, he is just he's taking Vincent Price as an archetype and making it his own, and it's really good.
He's the best part of the movie. He is by far.
Yes, by far. Yes.
All right. The Omen remake.
Yeah. Yep. Enough said.
All right.
You know where this goes.
The town that
where this goes.
sundown.
You know where this goes. Search your feelings, you know it'll be true.
If we're talking about better than the original. Am I getting colder? Hotter?
You tell me where it goes, Colin. I'll tell you if I agree.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, I think
you're making this hard.
I think you know where this goes.
Did I disappoint?
No, I'm down. Here's the only thing I'll say about this. This could be considered a sequel and not a remake.
Yes. It straddles that weird line.
I would say see the original first. It's a weird mix of faux documentary, inspired by true story shit. It's something else. And this just says, oh yeah, that stuff, it all happened. Is this the same?
And then they made a movie. It all happened. The movie also exists here.
And now, yeah, is this the same guy? Because they never caught him. It's fucking awesome.
Oh man,
I think the only reason this doesn't get more love than it gets is because it's fucking mean. It is a mean movie.
It is. Yeah,
it's a really fucking mean movie.
Yeah.
Someone dies.
Grannies are getting shot.
Yeah. Fucking death by trombone.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
This is just a mean movie in the best possible way.
And it also has a really fun aesthetic to it where it feels like kind of a 70s flick in and of itself. Like and beautiful camera work too. Like there's some really astounding shots.
The OG is hurt by its fucking Library of Congress royalty-free music selection and the voiceover. But then I find by the end of this movie, and the original, and I've watched it way more than I want to admit, the voiceover doesn't hurt it anymore. It actually does make me feel like I'm watching a shitty 60s documentary.
Yeah, for sure.
The requel, I think that's what they call them now. The requel is everything good about the original done much better. But at the same time, basically tells you, oh, that previous movie, all that shit happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it never got sorted.
Yeah. it's it's so much smarter than it has any right to be, and it's a shame that it's not championed more. Like it should be such more of the discourse of like, have you seen the Town That Dreaded Sundown remake? But for some reason, I don't know, I feel like it kind of slipped under the radar. But
Again, I think it's just a mean-spirited movie, so and a lot of people I don't think like that.
yeah, definitely. Okay, the remake of 13 Ghosts.
Good.
Uh,
I put it after
right
Wolfman.
After Wolfman? It's so fun though.
All right, you got me on that. Put it back where you had it. You're not wrong.
Because Matthew Lillard is doing the Lord's work in this. That's all I'm going to say. And it's got some really, really good practical effects.
That's what I was going to say. I think that the cast is bizarrely interesting.
It's really all over the place.
The original is kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We probably should put this in better than the OG at the end.
You're right. Yeah.
Because it's just so much better than the original movie. Does that mean it's better than movies below it? No. It just means it's better than the original.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
It is better than the original.
And you're right. It is a very, very, very fun movie. It's much better than it's right to be. And the special effects.
I find myself coming back to it like every couple of years, and just every time I do, I'm very pleased with it. It's so fun.
It's comfortable.
It is. This is like having like a nice iced soda and a big slice of za.
Nookie Blanky horror.
Nookie Blank. Oh, me likey. Alrighty. Carpenter's Village of the Damned.
I would put this in the middle of Passable.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it in front of fucking Roberto movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the original is extremely good. I
it
think
is.
Carpenter does a pretty good job here,
Mm-hmm.
but I think when Carpenter does other people's stuff, sometimes it doesn't feel right. Like I really enjoy Christine, but I don't think the first couple times I saw that movie, I understood it was a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a John Carpenter movie.
The one thing that really makes it feel John Carpenter is the score.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just kind of stands on its own as like, oh, it's Christine, but you don't think of it as like John Carpenter's Christine.
I feel the same. I feel the same way about Village of the Damned.
Okay. I do like this movie though.
I like, that's why I'm saying it's impassable. It's not a movie I would seek out, but if it was on, I'd watch it.
That's true. I would not seek this out. The only reason if maybe I was going through like a John Carpenter syllabus, would be the only reason for me to rewatch. But there's some Mark Hamill's super fucking fun in it though.
Christopher Reeve's good in it.
And Christopher Reeve's very good.
Luke Skywalker and Superman are in the same movie.
Who knew? This guy. All right. This is problematic.
Be behind me, piece of shit movie. Oh, I was thinking Fog remake bad.
But see, Jackie Earle Haley though is good, even though the makeup he's in is shit.
I'll leave this one up to you because this is a movie I barely made it all the way through. I literally almost fell asleep. I was like, this is fucking fun.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's top of Fog remake.
It's
not as bad as the Fog, but
here the thing I kind of feel about it is this is another one where how the fuck did you mess this up?
Yeah. I mean, if you can disappoint Robert Englund too, where he's just like, there's nothing to this. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And you waste Jackie Earle Haley, even though he's doing the best he can in this. He's still you just you bury him under all this shitty
Man,
makeup.
he had a moment in time there for a couple years, and boy,
Yeah,
that moment passed.
it passed him by hard, and it's sad. All right, another controversial pick.
The Wicker Man. Where are you putting it?
Wicker Man remake.
Goes the end
I
of
can't
good.
see your face, but I can feel.
It goes the end of good. This movie is so fucking crazy that it deserves.
It is. It is.
Nick Cage punches a bunch of women in this movie.
He kicks Lily Sobieski in the chest, and she goes flying into a wall.
It's so wild. This movie is so fucking bonkers that I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nowhere near. It's not even the same fucking galaxy as the original.
No.
But it's so buck wild.
Yeah.
If
and
Nick
all for
Cage
Nicolas
wasn't in
Cage.
this, it would be fucking Fog remake territory.
For real. Yeah. There's no point to it other than Nick Cage being completely unhinged.
Oh my God. He
Yeah.
is so wild in that movie. See, us even talking about it makes me want to watch it just because of how insane he is.
It is. And like, I remember like my dad is a huge fan of the original. So we went to go see this in the theater, and I was expecting, okay, Wicker Man. Yeah. It's good. It's
Nick
really
Cage
good. It's a
actor.
classic. And Nick Cage is a good actor. Let's see this. I was just, my face hurt from like fucking laughing. Like by the end of the, like I could not, I was so like blown away by what I was seeing. I was like, this is shit, but also this is the greatest shit.
Isn't he in Bear's outfit when he punches that one lady right in the mouth and just drops her like a bad habit? I'm like, did I just see Nick Cage dressed as a bear punch a woman in the face?
And then like the not the bees.
Oh,
like
God.
oh god. Not the bees.
Not the CGI bees.
Not those CGI bees. And like you don't oh god.
At some point,
Like,
if this is on Tubi, we gotta watch it as a watch.
oh, I would love to do a Spoop Troop watch along for this, like
that movie
for fucking real.
I'm
Like,
verklempt over how funny that movie is.
It's almost if you put this under a different name, I would be like, oh, this is one of the greatest comedies of all
By
time.
the way, have you seen the trailer for the new Nick Cage Western with Steven Dorff?
No.
Where he talks like this. He wears little round sunglasses. It's a Western.
Yes.
Oh,
give it to me.
Yeah, it looks like
mainline it right here.
It's like it's like Nick Cage was like, I'll make a movie with maybe my friends. I don't know. I was coked out that day.
Yeah. Nick Cage is a national treasure.
Just fucking YouTube search Nick Cage Western 2025 and
I'm down.
Tell me after you've watched it, because
he's got another movie coming out where he fights like surf Nazis. So I'm down with that too. Like he's so fucking weird, and I love him for it. Like he'll make something as beautiful as like Pig, which is like one of my like probably my second favorite movie of all time. Like that movie hits me in such a hard way. And then he's dressed up in bear suits, fucking kicking Lily Sobieski in the chest, and
I have this weird admiration for Nick Cage because he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, no.
He's like, asked him to do stuff. I think someone asked him about being Ghost Rider again or something like that, and he was just like,
oh god, those Ghost Rider movies are fucking unhinged.
He's like, I'm too busy doing everything I want to do. I don't do stuff I don't want to do anymore. If something looks fun or seems like something challenging to me, I'll do it.
Oh, and like, what is it? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with him and Pedro Pascal. So fun.
Shit,
so fun. Where he's playing himself and then the younger version, Nikki. That
like, is a better version of JCVD.
That is.
It's like Nick Cage said, I saw this John Van Damme movie where he talked to you. It was all about him. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Can we get Pedro Pascal?
Can we get Pedro? Pedro, you want to do this? Wait, Nick Cage is going to be in this? And he's playing also younger version. Okay, I'm signing.
Mom and Dad?
Oh God, yeah. That's
Fucking, yeah, Colorado Space. It's like we go on and on. Nick Cage does weird, fun, cool shit.
he does.
Um, he is a weird dude. I'm all for it. Good for you, Nick Cage.
Yeah. Good for you. Yeah, like last weekend I had the kids up and Killian and I watched Face Off followed by The Rock, and it was such a good time. Such a good time. Nicolas Cage, especially in Face Off, where he and John Travolta are trying to like out chew the scenery.
Yeah, they have literally have an acting off.
It's fucking wonderful. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. All right, yeah. Wicker Man, good. Abel
I think
Ferreira's Body
movie
Snatchers.
movie good. Um, yeah, I think you end of good.
Yeah.
It's solid, but
There's a lot of stuff going on here that works, but it doesn't hit that Invasion of the Body Snatchers 73.
yeah, and I don't think it hits the what is it late 50s movie either. But it's
Yeah,
this is a movie that punches above its weight.
it does. And I like Abel Ferreira. I think he's a very interesting director. Bad Lieutenant and King of New York, particularly, are very, very, very favorite movies of mine. But this one just, and it's got a fun tone fun in like, oh, this is spooky tone to it, but it just does not come together the way you want it to.
It's a movie for me that never gets out of cruise control.
Yeah, it just, yeah,
Like it's
that's a
always on
perfect
the
way to
edge
put
of
it.
hitting that next step, and it just doesn't get there. But I
All
like
right.
it.
Yeah. Willard.
Passable.
Passable, really?
Yeah, 4 turns the top of passable.
I'm gonna put it at the top of passable.
Okay. I won't fight you on that.
Because I think Crispin Glover makes this movie
Yeah.
and he makes it very fun.
I think again,
But
he pulls a movie up. He pulls this
Mhm.
movie up, but I don't ever think of Crispin Glover as someone who I can go, oh, Crispin Glover carried that movie. So
I think he did with this, although it's not a good movie.
no, that's the problem. I don't think he
Um,
can carry a movie to be better than the sum of its parts.
and I know I almost put it at the end of good, but yeah, it's not the best now that I really think about it. Although I could watch just a little screen, like a little blurb of him with that newspaper where he's like, tear it, and getting the rats. Like, that was fucking awesome. All right. The TV movie Carrie remake.
No want.
Um, yeah, the Child's Play remake.
Dog remake.
Yeah, you're right. No.
Yeah, no, go back
Oh,
one
God.
step right there. That movie was
Yeah,
terrible.
it was terrible, and I don't know why they made it. It sucks that Mark Hamill had to get drug into it. It, especially when Don Mancini at the same time was like still carrying on like the OG timeline and made such a better fucking product with Chucky the series.
Here's the thing. This should be in horseshit cash grab for what it was, but it's so bad it does the Fog remake.
Yeah, no, for real.
You know,
Crazies.
you know where you need to put
Hold on.
this, Colin. You know where this needs to go.
This might be controversial, but I'm going to put it right there.
You ain't wrong.
What do you think?
Yeah. I see no problem with that.
So much better than George
Damn,
Romero.
movie.
Sorry, George.
I think George would tell you it's better.
It's a great fucking movie. Another white knuckler. Yeah.
Perfume
Like
Famine.
this nails.
Cheap viewers. Really?
Oh my goodness. How can we
Remove the space.
get out of here?
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It is. Timothy Oliphant
Yeah, we
is
took Cole
just
together.
a he's great. I can watch him. He's like a Stephen McHattie. I could watch this guy do anything, read the phone book, whatever. You put Timothy Oliphant in a movie, I'm fucking there. I'm an Olive fan, you could say. And this is so much better than the original, in every way possible.
What
And
are
it
what are
gives like,
Go ahead, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I keep interrupting you, sorry.
no, go for it.
I think one of the things that makes it so interesting, I think makes it so much better, is you and I don't have the late 60s, early 70s lived experience.
Hmm.
So the things that happen in the Crazies and the Romero version, it feels kind of quaint.
Hmm.
And there's kind of like okay, George, I see what we're going for here, but this, I guess, whereas this tells that same story, but from the drones in the sky, your government is okay doing bad things to you. Have you
Hmm.
ever heard of, oh shit, now I just lost what the CIA program was, where we got LSD from?
Oh, MK
Yeah,
Ultra.
there were over 200 programs inside of MK Ultra,
Hmm.
and do a little reading. They're fucking scary what they were willing to do to the populace
Yeah,
of the country.
yeah,
That's what this feels like, and the fact that, like, man, when things fall apart and they're just start gunning down citizens, you're just like, holy shit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's I would say also the acts committed by the citizens of citizenry upon one another in George's movie. They're spooky, but tongue in cheek spooky.
Hmm. This is
Um,
brutal.
yeah, this has got brutality to it, and you're just like, oh geez,
Like th- the first set of murders with like the neighbor just annihilating his family,
yeah,
that or the farmer, what that is, that's it sets a tone,
yeah.
and you're just like, this is fucking hard.
And that movie doesn't let up.
It doesn't, no, and it we've got the one girl, like the teen, when she eats it, like that comes out of nowhere and it's rough, and you're just like, holy shit, what the fuck? And yeah,
So I
it's
would
good.
look at it this way: like Hills Have Eyes is remake is like the speed run of that,
Hmm.
and the Crazies makes you sit with each and every
Hmm.
act. It's like, oh no, you don't get to drive past this car accident. You need
Yeah,
to sit and look at it. And I think that's why it makes it better.
yeah, it's yeah, it's a very, 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 very well done remake. So much, yeah, like this is a movie I watch at least once a year.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
This is a movie
so fucking
Cassandra
good.
watches once a year.
No way.
She loves this movie.
I love it.
She loves it.
I
Some
love
of it's
it.
because Timothy Oliphant, but also it's she's her horror, like the movie she horror movies she likes her, to me, is like a weird conglomeration of horror movies.
Hmm.
But this is one where we watched together and she was like, this is really good.
Hmm. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she likes something, I'm generally like, oh wow, okay, that appeals to in some way. So
Yeah. All right. Dawn of the Dead remake. Uh,
keep going. Keep going.
back?
Yeah.
No.
Here's the thing I have to say about this movie.
Nah, I'm putting it above Texas Chainsaw Massacre, at
Okay,
least.
I'm fine with that.
Above Wolfman. I'm sorry.
This movie,
Middle of the road of good.
this movie's entire reputation is built on the first 15 minutes.
It's a good first 50. It's a
It
great first
it
15.
might be, in all honesty, it might be the best 15 minutes of any zombie movie. But the
Yeah.
rest of the movie is just, here's a whole bunch of
There's
people you're gonna hate, hating each other. And directed by a guy who isn't as good a director as he thinks he is.
okay, fair enough. But
It's a James Gunn
he's a
movie.
gentle soul.
It's a James Gunn movie before James Gunn was making James
Gunn
Gunn.
was James Gunn. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
to me, it's like it's
He was
got.
still Scooby Doo James Gunn.
Oh, see, to me, it has the same mean spirit as like Super or.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Super.
I can't. There was another movie he did around that time too, where you're like, this is funny, but fuck, this is mean.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead.
Super's good though.
Super's good
Well,
because
this
it's
is
got
good.
a heart. I don't think
Yeah.
this movie has any heart. I think part of that's because Zack Snyder did it. And Zack Snyder, I think Zack Snyder makes very pretty movies, but I don't think his movies have a shred of soul in them. I'll point to Watchmen, which is fucking
Oh, come
beautiful.
on.
It's beautiful. It's panel for panel, except for the fucking weird ending choice. But the whole thing is, do you watch Watchmen and go, there's such a soulfulness to this movie? I don't. I feel like, and I am not the biggest Alan Moore guy, believe me.
Oh, I'm a Moorhead.
I look at that and go, man, you left it all. You let Alan kept all that on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's good acting in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's got any soul to it. And I feel like this movie, especially the more I've seen it, I've caught myself a couple times stopping it after the first 15 minutes. But man, that first 15 minutes.
I can't lie. There's parts that I kind of glom over to where I'm just like, okay, let's hit the fast forward so we get
I just don't, the characters are so infinitely unlikable.
The majority of them are very unlikable. Very. But there are some that are like.
I feel like with Snyder sometimes, and early James Gunn as well, sometimes James Gunn in general, when they ape something, they almost, it feels like sometimes they just miss the point of what they're.
What do you think of Slither?
Slither's a mean fucking movie, but I love it.
It really is.
Because everybody in it is in on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's bought into it.
I will say the thing that, like, I think why I feel like Zack Snyder's movies lack soul is because they come off as fucking pretentious. They come off as self-important. And I'm like, dude, it's a fucking zombie movie. Think about it this way. Which would you rather watch? 28 Days Later or Dawn of the Dead?
I just watched 28 Days Later. So yeah, 28 Days Later.
Wait, no,
hold on.
It's got soul to it.
Except for...
I give a shit about what happens to those characters.
It does have one of the worst child actresses of all time in it, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad. She's definitely a Kenny. But I would watch that 100 out of 100 times compared to Dawn of the Dead.
No, fair enough. I went to 28 Days Later like 5 times in the theater.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I guess I would look at a lot of zombie movies, and I think which would I watch before I'd watch that.
Before this, well, yeah, definitely any of the Romero. I watched Night of the Living Dead 90 before that. Like, yeah, there's a lot.
I watched Zombieland before this.
Fair, yes.
Because to me, like, Zombieland is the fun version of this Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, and Zombieland's got, like, when you realize that Woody Harrelson's dog that he's talking about is not his dog, that is a gut punch.
I don't get any of that same soul in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
this is a pew fun movie. That thinks it's more than that.
And it's the video game version of Dawn of the Dead, but not even as good as the video game version of Dawn of the Dead, which was Dead Rising.
So in some ways, I think of Zack Snyder is a talented Uwe Boll.
He's a hell of a shooter.
He's a talented Uwe Boll.
Yeah.
He's a guy who can make a movie and he can turn a profit, but he thinks his shit don't stink.
I will say, and I might be the only person on this hill, and I'm willing to die alone on it, but I think his uncut version of Justice League was fucking beautiful, like through and through.
I will say this. I think when you turn the sound off on Zack Snyder movies, they're much better because you can watch him shoot a movie and fuck, that guy can shoot a movie.
Yeah.
I've often wondered, I wonder what his movies would be like if he was just the director of photography.
Oh,
because man, he can set up a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think he's a very good director. Um,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I'm not, I mean, it's the thing. What I want to take away from it is, as I don't hate his work, I just find it, for me, it lacks a touchstone.
Yeah.
But the thing I will say is, fuck, he makes movies that are pretty.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Sucker Punch is a terrible movie, but god damn, is it a visual feast. It is like
Yeah.
every
It's a terrible
10-year-old awesome thought you've had. Like, I'm gonna put my GI Joes with my fucking,
my
tokusatsu.
samurai
Yeah,
and
you're like,
yeah.
it's like, holy shit, like all that stuff is wild.
Hmm.
But I'm not invested in any characters.
Yeah.
So that's where I fall on him. I know that you're a bigger fan of his than I am, though, and I understand that.
I really like him. Um, and maybe that's because like I've watched too many interviews with him where it's like he seems like a really nice guy. But like, yeah, there's his reach exceeds his grasp often enough. But sometimes he does grab something that it's just like, fuck yeah, okay,
I will say
you
this:
did this one good, Zach.
I don't
But
think
then also he does sucker punch.
I
So
will say this: I don't think he deserves all the fucking hate he gets.
no,
I think
no,
he
not at all.
I don't think he deserves
Not at
the
all.
love he gets from the people who support him, and I don't think he deserves the hate he
Hmm.
gets. I think he
Yeah,
is somewhere in the middle. I mean,
yeah. Like
anyway,
I I like Justice League, his Justice League. I love that, but also I'm reasonable enough to realize this guy did Sucker Punch and he did Rebel Moon 1 and 2.
so here's what I'll say about his Justice League.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the last 10 minutes of Peacemaker season 1 with the Justice League more than I enjoyed his Justice League movie. Don't you have a fish to go fuck? I will say, I will say that, like, I don't think anybody who thinks that Superman and Batman should just be fucking killing people, you don't understand the mission statement.
Sometimes they do.
That, you know what? If that's what you think they do, go make your own fucking movie with different characters.
Old school Batman was killing everyone all the time. So there's that. Back in like the 40s.
I
He
just
was
finished rereading Final Crisis yesterday, where Batman
ooh.
shoots Darkseid with a time bullet, and at one point, Darkseid basically says, "You won't shoot me," and Batman's like, "Oh no, you're like legitimately pure evil, and I'm gonna break my one rule." And Darkseid says, "I don't think you'll do it," and Batman just goes bang. I think he even says bang just as Darkseid shoots him with his Omega beams.
And
It's
then
just
we
like,
get Batman Lost in Time, which
yeah,
fucking
which is
ruled.
great. But I mean, I think that that's kind of the thing is, when I look at what Snyder tries to do on film with those characters, to me, it's like he wants to do a movie version of big Justice League, which I think of big Justice League stuff, I think of Grant Morrison.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you can't do that.
Can we
I
at
don't know if
least
anybody can.
agree it's better than what Joss Whedon fucking did?
I won't even use that dude's name. He's that big a piece of shit.
Thank you. Oh, I
Yeah,
love you. I love you even more,
fuck
Ben.
that guy. I
What a
what a
fucking slime.
I wouldn't piss on that guy if he was on fire in the desert.
I would add more fuel to the fire. And
What
then
a
I'd take some pictures
fuck
for
that guy.
Snapchat. Day of the Dead remake.
Make room,
Uh
at the end of the line.
what
Yes.
a fucking piece of garbage
Thank you.
this movie is.
Thank you.
You waste Ving Rhames, you waste I don't know who else the fuck
Ving Rhames had a house payment due.
he needed. Yeah, Ving Rhames needed to like he owed
Ving
someone some
Rhames
money.
went to Danny Trejo's house and said, "Danny, how you living so large?" And Danny goes, "Make a whole bunch of movies, buddy."
I'm making all these movies. You can't stop me from making all these movies. Yeah, when you've got a vegan zombie in your zombie movie, go get fucked. I'm sorry, but yeah. Also, not like zombies who are like ninjas, like, and you call it Day of the Dead. Eat my ass. Also, you cast Nick Cannon in your movie. super problematic guy, get fucked. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
What is this?
My Bloody Valentine
Uh,
3D.
I think we both agreed when we talked about this before. I think this is either at the end of Good or at the beginning of Passable.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put it at the
Promise,
end of
Shaggy.
Good. Shaggy Bummus. It's got a decent enough cast going for it. It does some fun twists that can set it apart from the original. It does have some things going against it with trying to be, one of those slick, mid-aughts horror flicks that, they're all like, TNA and all that shit. But I don't know. It's got more good going for it than it does bad. It's not better than the original though. The original is such a little grimy, beautiful little movie that
Exactly.
feels so real. So,
Thank you, Shaggy, for being awesome and doing the polar plunge again this year.
yeah, dude. Way to go, man.
Killing it.
The other Carrie remake. Uh,
If you're gonna put it in Passable, I would put it more towards the end of Passable.
yeah, I won't argue that.
I don't. I don't think it's. I don't think it's horrible. It's a movie I've only watched once, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's so sad too because I was so pumped for Chloe Grace Moretz to take this role on. I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is gonna be great. And then it was just like, oh, okay.
I think that's a role I don't, or that is a story and a role I don't know why a director and an actor would take a shot at.
Yeah, that original it still hits. It still hits really well. So they had a huge mountain to climb in front of them, and they didn't get very far.
No.
The Blob remake.
You know where this goes, homeboy.
Hold on. I gotta scroll up. Oh gosh. Boo 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 boo. Put it there because I fucking love this movie.
It's a great movie.
So much.
So here's the thing with the Blob.
Oh.
My first ever concussion. My parents had taken off the I grew up in a house that's like 100 plus years old, and there were stair runners on hardwood floors. And so it was like when you go upstairs, there's you can come from two different ways with pocket doors, and then you go to a landing, and then you go up a flight of stairs, and then you go to a landing, and you go up a flight of stairs. It was Halloween night. My parents were at a Halloween party. Our babysitter was there, and we watched the Steve McQueen, The Blob. My sister was a baby, so I was probably maybe 7, maybe 8.
Yeah.
And the
good time to watch it.
Asked me to go get something out of the room upstairs, and I was like, I don't want to do that. And she was like, she did the thing you do with kids. I'll time you.
A challenge?
I had socks on. I got up the stairs lightning fast. You know what? I got down the stairs even faster because I fucking fell down to I was flight and a half of stairs. Hardwood floors, banging my head the entire way down. Yeah, my parents had to come home early because the Blob, it scared the shit out of me. This idea of this shapeless thing that just eats. It's just an animal. It just eats. And it could be anywhere. You can shut doors. It's going to get underneath. You could block everything off. Oh, there's a keyhole getting through. It's just, there's something frightening about an amorphous thing that just keeps coming. It doesn't rest. It doesn't sleep. It just is
no conscious. It doesn't care. It's just going to move, spread. Yeah.
And this movie is like, that's quaint. That's quaint. Let me show you what this really would be like.
What a cute idea you had there. Yeah. This movie fucking goes hard. We got kids getting killed. We've got the guy who we think's gonna be our hero gets dissolved in a matter of minutes.
It fucking Marion Cranes you.
Yeah. Our hero is a mullet dirt bike riding fucking
He's a trash boy.
he's a little trash boy. He's a feral trash boy. And he's the fucking best.
He is.
It's so, oh god. And the special effects in this movie are state of the art. They hold up still. And it's nasty. It like people just get fucking taken out in the worst ways possible.
One of my
And
friends when we
oh
were young said this is horror by Amblin. Because it feels like, oh, look at the it's almost Monster Squad. Like, look at the dirt kid is like hanging out with everybody else, and he's the guy who's helping everybody, and there's kids, and then oh shit, there's a dead kid.
oh shit, that kid is getting melted. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
it's like it's that weird, like I think that Darabont does this really wonderful thing where it feels very much like Steven Spielberg, like a feeling of that, except for it's that if Steven Spielberg said, "Hey kid, come over and want to see this," and then knifed you in the side. It's just got this weird, perfect vibe. I don't think you could make this movie again and have it be as awesome, because I think some of it is that reliance upon that time, of that style of movie making. Because I mean, you'd have to be, you know what, you try to do it that way now, they would say, "Oh, you're just aping Stranger Things. So you're just doing Stranger Things." But like,
Yeah.
there were people who were doing that shit before Stranger Things, kids. And this movie was doing that, and it was also just mean and nasty as fuck, and it was great. And we liked it.
But we loved it. We asked for more.
This is
It
a
was
great
great.
movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. This is also
So
a
many
movie you can watch with friends and be real loud, because there's a lot of holy shit moments in this movie.
Oh god, yeah. Like I mean, when Ace Jock gets it, when hits the movie theater,
Phone booth,
when
it gets
yes,
inside Doctor's outfit, and there's a
Yep.
lot of stuff. This movie has got moments.
Yeah, it's oh, it's so good. It's so good. If you've not seen The Blob 89, is it? 88,
Either 88 or
89?
89, I don't remember for sure.
You need to see it. It's so fucking good. It's
And
so
you know,
good.
Rob Zombie wanted to remake this movie.
I can only imagine how that would have turned out.
There's a script out there.
Oh no.
I invite you to read it.
I'll look at that sometime if I need to. Yeah, I'll force myself to, because I'm just gonna be like, what the shit?
Is that the Amityville remake?
Yeah.
You need to put that up the top of fucking Passable. Shirtless Ryan Reynolds. Fuck you, Colin. Scary shirtless Ryan Reynolds for like 2 hours. Gonna take my shirt off.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Feeling cute. Gonna take my shirt off. Might murder some kids later. Don't know.
Gonna take my shirt off, chop some wood, stare at everyone menacingly.
This is one of my favorite Ryan Reynolds movies. He legitimately looks like he's going to kill everyone as the movie goes.
He's intense in this. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And he's shirtless like the entire fucking movie. He's like, "Man, you take this off. Is it hot in here? Gotta show off my fucking physique." I remember him saying too that he like had to get really, really chiseled for this, because they kept telling him how many times his shirt was going to be off, and he was like, "Jesus Christ." I thought I was making a horror movie. I like this movie for no other reason than that factor.
Okay.
He is terrifying in it. What were the ones we were talking about earlier that was just like, we were talking about Wicker Man.
Yeah.
This is to me is in the same breadth and scope as Wicker Man.
Where it's one person saves the movie?
Yeah, except for in the Wicker Man remake, Nick Cage is so goddamn unhinged that you're just like, this is fucking peak. This is art. And this is just like, God damn, Ryan Reynolds, damn.
He is pretty tasty. He's a tasty boy. So yeah, okay.
I'll let you move it passable.
You sold me on it being passable. Okay, now I'll
allow it.
I'll allow it, because you're so enthusiastic.
Here's the real battle at the top of this. Fucking Crispin Glover,
Oh,
rip, tear, tear, or shirtless Ryan Reynolds cutting wood.
man, you're unlocking things inside me. Um, all right.
Go with your heart.
Black Christmas 2019.
Good. Into good.
I'm gonna put this end a good. I would say maybe better than My Bloody Valentine. What do you
Yeah,
think?
here's the thing about it is like in the end, where we put them on the thing doesn't matter because
Oh,
it's
that's true. That's
judging
true.
them against their originals.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I
Yeah,
just
this is a good movie.
yeah.
It doesn't it's got a lot of fun parts to it that again just do not come together to make it better, but it's a really for a remake just being a complete like we're just gonna like go to the drawing board and just really create something wholly different. um it's good, but yeah, it just yeah, there's parts of it that just I wish they would have gone a little further, like make those jocks a little scummier, but for some reason they didn't or whatever, the cult, but yeah. And I good cast, and a fun girl power movie.
Yeah. Definitely a one that both of us were like shocked and surprised by how much we both enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, so much better than this piece of shit down here in at the end of Cash Grab. The Poltergeist remake. I'm putting it at the end of Passable.
Okay. I think it's
If
horseshit,
only for
but
oh yeah,
I don't like this. Yeah.
top of horseshit. I'll put it at the top. I was basically putting it in Passable because it's got oh god, who's the main actor in it? I really like him, and I'm blanking on his name right now, and I'm really
If you blank on someone's name like that, it kind of kills your argument.
yeah, no, this sucks. I really like him. He's really good too. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I want to say it's Walt.
Sam Rockwell.
Yes, dude, he's fucking awesome. Ah, but yeah, this wastes his talent. So yeah. All right, and then last, but certainly not least. Hold on. Piranha 3D, which
Yeah.
I'm saying is better than the original, and it's fun as shit.
You know what? You forgot one movie on here. I want to point out that would have been my top overall.
What?
I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count.
Oh, these games.
These games you play.
Oh, fuck me. The Thing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, okay. So imagine that The Thing is right in front of The Fly here. I can't believe I
Think
missed
of The
that.
Thing, The Fly, and The Blob as a triple feature.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
oh man. Go to a drive-in for that? Fuck yes. That would be amazing. That's a killer triple feature.
Oh, yeah.
Of 3 awesome like directors.
Woo. I would say 3 awesome directors, all at like the height of their powers too.
Yeah.
Cronenberg, I think, made better movies, but he also moved genres. But I think as a horror director, I think this was it.
This was his best horror by far. Yeah.
But
this is Darabont's best horror, like all out horror. And The Thing is John Carpenter's second best movie after Big Trouble in Little China.
Don't make me choose my favorite child.
I'm sorry, man.
I love them for different reasons.
Yeah.
But The Thing is my all-time favorite movie, but Big Trouble in Little China is like forever a part of my existence.
The Thing is my favorite horror movie. Big Trouble in Little China is my favorite action movie.
Fair. Getting back to Piranha 3D, I completely concur. I think Piranha 3D is like Hey kids, you want to see?
Also, from
You
the
want to see
writer
something real
director who
funny?
brought us The Hills Have Eyes remake,
Yeah.
Alexandra Aja, like
Which is like the biggest fucking like
tonal shift.
tonal shift. Imagine watching those two movies back to back.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a retrospective on this director's works. First, we're gonna watch The Hills Have Eyes. You're white knuckling it through that. Then Piranha 3D. You want to see Jerry O'Connell get his dick bitten off by a bunch of fucking piranha? And oh my god, it's a funny fucking movie. It's so fun.
Apparently, Spike.
Um,
So excuse me, Shaggy's like, take my money, please. Let me see that.
where he's just a little skeleton from the waist down. And he's like my dick. It's fucking oh my god.
Yeah, it's that is again just this fun movie.
It is.
It knows what it is, and it's just
Uh-huh.
like, oh, where it's on.
Where like the first one took itself very seriously, kind of
Is
in a
that
way, and was like, we're making this monster movie.
who
This
was
is
the
like,
director of that? Was it the guy who did Gremlins? Was it Joe Dante?
yeah, yeah,
That was an early Joe
yeah.
Dante.
And it's yeah, kind of like got this like a little bit of a message about like pollution and things like that. This is just like, what if they're
During
dinosaur
Kermit at the end of production was like,
piranha?
you know what we're gonna need here? We're gonna need more blood and more boobs because those are
More
the
blood
things.
and boobs. Well,
Gotta
that's
do
what the audience wants, my good man.
If you're going to learn one thing, Joe, you must learn that the audience wants titillation.
Joe, I heard you're making Gremlins too. Have you thought about a gremlin with big boobies? And she likes to fuck? Yeah.
Your um your Roger Corman sounds like a Venture Brothers character. It's like my favorite thing ever.
Thank you. But yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of a oh god damn it. What was Andy Warhol's little studio group?
Oh, God.
Because the Venture Brothers have a version of that.
Yeah, they do.
It's basically the Legion of Doom, and your version of the leader of that voice is like that. I can't think of the character's name.
Oh my God. What was his little collective known as?
It was something collective, I thought.
Was it the Warhol Collective?
Now I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Wes Warhammer. And it was his collective was called The Factory.
The Factory. Okay, that's it.
The Doom Factory, excuse me.
Oh God. Yeah.
It was Andy Warhol mixed with 1980s Lex Luthor.
Not too far off.
Venture Brothers, so goddamn good. I found
So
a new
good.
podcast I've been listening to called Orb, which is an episode by episode Venture Brothers rewatch, and it's very
good. Orb?
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
The guys are the two guys who do it, I find to be very good. They're very mellow, because I tried a couple of Venture Brothers podcasts, and I wanted to like them very badly, and they were both terrible.
Yeah.
Like I told James, I should say told James. James and I were talking. I've been listening to A More Civilized Age, which is a rewatch of Clone Wars, and now
nice.
And I want to like this podcast a lot, and probably 60% of the time I like it, but the other 40% of the time I find the two male hosts to be insufferable, and I find one of the female hosts makes me want to chew my tongue off.
Oh.
The other female host is great, but mainly it's because she has an adorable snort laugh, and she always has a good point. Like when she says stuff, there's always a reason, and it's a good point. The other three just get obnoxious sometimes.
Yeah.
As far as like one of the guys is always like, well, I've written before, and I would certainly not have written this like that. Now, the thing is that I love about it is they're all mega fans. So there's no hating on Star Wars.
Blood, boobs, and blood. Sorry, I just
that's a thing though. Andy something who made like oh god damn it. What it was blood, boobs, and bullets, I think. This dude made a bunch of movies, and he they oh god, I can't what the fuck that was called. That may not be the name of it though. But those were like his three things like you need in a
That
movie.
yeah. Not wrong.
But he did um like Showdown Hawaii and weird shit like that.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii, yes, he
Andy
did that.
Sedaris.
I wanted to say Andy Sudeikis so bad. Andy
I know who you're
Sedaris.
talking about. Yeah, dude. Where a snake comes out of a fucking toilet in Hard Ticket to Hawaii and they kill it with a rocket launcher. And there's a dude on rollerblades
Is this not
who is
cinema?
an assassin.
Yes.
Oh God.
Which again, Venture Brothers, going back to that, I rewatched the episode where he is being hunted by the three assassins.
Good
And then
stuff.
he fights the guy who's basically an erstwhile Craven the Hunter in the motel room, who's always talking about his sword, and Brock's like, "I'll give you sword guys, just want to shut the fuck up about your swords." And he's about to kill Brock, and Hank's like, after he and this assassin who he didn't know was an assassin have like a 10-minute conversation about Batman on the balcony.
Nice.
And he says, "What would Batman? Why would you do this? You love Batman. What would, Batman wouldn't do this." And he just looks back at Hank and he says, "I'm sorry, Hank," because he's French. I think his name is Cool.
Yeah.
Says, "I'm sorry, Hank. I always loved the Batman because he had the best villains." And then Brock cuts him in half with a sword. Oh, fucking perfection! It is the Ventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we did it.
We did
By
it.
the way, did you watch the video I put in the Discord about Creep?
Yes.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Connor McGrath video, I think. Cassandra also watched it and she was like, "Yeah, this makes me not want to, when people are nice, it's going to make me second guess everything." So
kind of have to with Creep. Which I'm so excited we're getting like a season 2 of that. Oh baby.
Yeah, it's been very, very fun to watch.
Yeah. Who knew that like what's his face would become like one of my favorite like horror villains of all time? Mark Duplass.
I think that Mark Duplass has become my favorite modern slasher.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll agree with that for sure.
Joseph or whatever your name really is. Anyway, Colin, what do we got going on? Next week, are we doing Mang?
Next week we're doing Meng, man. I got my nights free, so Mengen is for me.
Mang ain't easy, but it's necessary.
Mengen ain't easy. So yeah, I think obviously I'll be rocking some Lego. I'll probably bust out. I don't know. I've got those two, the Lord of the Rings and the Rivendell set, and the Lionites Castle just breathing down my neck. But I might switch it up to do the Milano from Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's a cool ship.
That is a cool ass ship. And then I want to find a way to like, after building it, like redo it to fit into more of a Star Wars kind of theme. Because I've been very inspired by James and everything he's doing.
James been doing a lot. James a busy boy.
Busy boy. He's a good boy.
Monday is Star Wars.
Oh fuck yeah! For real?
I would have done this week, but I honestly I was sick, so
no,
I had a fever.
No need to explain.
And the only cure was not to cowbell because we tried. But yeah, and I'm trying to think. Prep school on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars on Monday. What day you want to do Mang next week?
Tuesday or Thursday, I guess. Up to you. Or any day, really.
I'll leave it up to you. Tell me what day worked best for you, and I'll be there.
Well, if I had to guess, I guess we're going to go Thursday.
Thursday it is.
All right.
And then we'll figure out. I told you I tried more cowbell.
But more cowbell.
Yeah, more cowbell. I only have so much cowbell. Think about what we're gonna do for Spoop in 2 weeks.
I'll throw this out there because we touched on it. It was the best idea I ever heard. Wicker Man watch along. If it's on Tubi, we're doing it.
The Wicker Cage watch along.
The Wicker Cage.
I'm fucking
The Wicker Cage.
And we're doing Wicker Cage, so we should do this on Friday night.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And if it's not on there, we'll find something else because we haven't done a watch along in a while. I'd love to do a watch along.
Let's keep watch alongs for Friday nights.
Okay, we'll do it Friday.
Friday nights, I can just chill then.
Yeah, take it
It's
easy.
usually like cheat day, so then I can just make myself feel gross with food.
Yeah, we'll slide into it like me sliding into a hot tub in half an hour.
I would say like Nick Cage sliding into a bear suit.
Or Nick Cage sliding into a bear suit so he can punch a bunch of women. We're not making light of domestic abuse or anything like that. The movie's just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, is it domestic abuse if it's a guy in a bear suit?
No, it's just a pleasure to watch. That's what it is.
It's such a fucked up movie.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie for how fucking wild it is.
It is. I still like. Part of me wonders at any point did some producer or someone not look at the director and go, "What are you doing?"
And I feel like the director is like a serious talent too. So it's just like, what's going on? Were you like sick with the flu and just like
This to me? It feels like a movie in the same vein as like Island of Dr. Moreau, except for it. All the personalities didn't wreck the movie. Instead, they made something fucking that will stand the test of time.
No, I think
not in a good way.
I think everyone was just like seeing Nicolas Cage on set, and they're like, "Do you want to tell him to tone it down?" And everyone's no.
I kind of wonder was this a drug time for Nicolas Cage? Was he like all fucked up? Because if he was all fucked up, like, was he sharing?
I think he was just mainlining pure Nicolas Cage.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, Colin, where can people find you on these interwebs?
You can find me Creepin Colin at Blue Sky. You can find me on our Discord sharing horrible news about Mastodon. You can find me on Xbox as Creepin Colin. Game Pass as Creepin Colin. You can find me still on the shit fest that is Facebook as Colin Houston, but probably don't do that because that place fucking sucks these days, and I wish I wasn't on there. I don't know why I'm on there, but you can also find me doing this. You can find me doing Meng on Meng. I'll be back on Star Wars now. Super excited about that. And every so often I pop up on prep school as a treat for the boys.
Oh shit. Now that you're not working evenings too, you can Chaos Guard up if you so choose.
Oh fuck yeah, great idea, dude.
I will, if you show up this Sunday, I will give you the lowdown on what's been going on, and you can probably come up with some cool stuff to jump right in.
I'd love to.
You can find me on Blue Sky under, I don't remember what it is. Play Party Dog. Well, welcome to play. I'm trying to hold on. I gotta see what this is. Nice. Shaggy just being a goddamn chaos gremlin. In the most beautiful way possible. I am on Blue Sky as well, under King Ginger Blue Sky. You'll know it's me if you just see Jeff in a cornfield with a dark figure behind him, and you see that the name of the page is Nub Rubbins Bothan Engineer. You'll know. You're like, I know that guy. What an asshole.
No.
That's basically it. You can find me on our Discord. I literally got rid of all my other social media. So I still got my Tumblrs. There's a No Moral Tumblr and there's a Heel Turn Tumblr.
Oh, are we doing Heel Turn?
I want to do Heel Turn.
I want to do heel turn too. I have thoughts and opinions about wrestling that need to be heard by a small group of people.
Well, I'll say this: you get Don James's permissions, and if he's not going to be on it, we'll do it without him. But I too am into the point where I'm like, I want to start doing this again. And
Yeah,
it's not going
dude.
to be HEEL; it's going to be HEAL because we're going to heal ourselves from the damage that wrestling did us.
I feel it. I feel it.
Justin
Check the adjective.
Justin Timberlake may have taken sexy back, but I'm taking my love of wrestling back.
Yes. Yes, King.
You can find me here Sunday, prep school. We're probably gonna talk some Star Wars and maybe some Chaos Cara if Colin's here.
Among a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, I'll make a point to show up because I don't have the kiddos and it's been a minute since I've been there. So fuck yeah, man. I got nothing to do.
DR Wars on Monday. I don't know why I kind of turned on bad Matt Berry impersonation for a second. Star Wars. Yeah, and then next week Thursday it sounds like we're manging. Yeah, maybe I'll, depending on how work is, I might try to sneak in about a game soon. Just work's been fucking chaos.
I hear people want us to play Sea of Thieves.
I would also like to play Marvel Rivals because I got two coworkers who are talking about it to me nonstop.
It's fun.
So
it's very fun.
They kind of want to get ready by learning how to play that. So when Star Wars Hunters comes out, I won't be complaining.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
All right, Colin, I love you, man.
I love you too. I love you so much. You're one of the best people I know. Shaggy, Spike, you guys, I love you as well. Thank you for always showing up, making the chat the best.
Hell yeah.
And you out there, viewer, who I didn't mention, if you're someone I know, I love you. If there's someone I don't know, I will love you. You can't stop me from loving you. It's gonna happen. Just accept it. Let me in. Let me into your life. Let me into your heart.
Let the boy into your house.
Let the boy into your house.
Hurley boy. We hope you have a good rest of your Friday night and a great weekend. And maybe we'll see you Sunday morning. If not, well, fuck you then.
Vamos. Vamos. Bye.